Welcome to part 19 of The Wizard of Oz, and this is chapter 18, which is called Away to the South. Dorothy wept bitterly at the passing of her wish to get home to Kansas again. However, while she conceived it throughout, she was satisfied she had no longer long passed up in a balloon, and she additionally felt sorry at dropping Oz, and so did her companions. The Tin Woodman stated here to her and stated, "Truly I have to be ungrateful if I didn't mourn for the person who gave me my adorable coronary heart. I have to cry a little due to the fact Oz is long past. If you may kindly wipe away my tears in order that I shall not rust." "With pride," she replied, and brought a towel right away. Then the Tin Woodman wept for several minutes, and he watched the tears carefully and wiped them away with a towel. When he had completed, he thanked her kindly and oiled himself very well with his jewelled oil can to defend towards mishap. The Scarecrow became now the ruler of the Emerald City, and although he became not a wizard, the humans were proud of him. "For," they stated, "there isn't any other town in all of the global that is dominated with the aid of a crammed guy." And to this point, as they knew, they had been pretty right. The morning after the balloon had gone up with Oz, the four tourists met inside the throne room and talked subjects over. The Scarecrow sat within the large throne, and the others stood respectfully before him. "We are not so unlucky," said the new ruler, "for this palace and the Emerald City belong to us, and we are able to do simply as we please. When I take into account that a short time ago I turned it upon a pole in a farmer's cornfield, and that now I am the ruler of this beautiful city, I am quite happy with my lot." "I also," stated the Tin Woodman, "am nicely pleased with my new coronary heart, and clearly that changed into the handiest aspect I needed in all the global. For my element, I am content material in understanding I am as brave as any beast that ever lived, if no longer braver," said the Lion modestly. "If Dorothy might simply be contented to live within the Emerald City," endured the Scarecrow, "we would all be satisfied collectively." "But I do not need to live here," cried Dorothy. "I want to visit Kansas and live with Aunt Em and Uncle Henry." "Well then, what may be executed?" inquired the Woodman. The Scarecrow determined to think, and he thought so difficult that the pins and needles started out to stick of his brains. Finally he stated, "Why not name the winged monkeys and ask them to hold you over the wasteland?" "I by no means idea of that," stated Dorothy joyfully. "It's just the issue. I'll go right away for the golden cap." When she added it into the throne room and spoke the magic phrases, and shortly the band of winged monkeys flew in through the open window and stood beside her. "This is the second time you have known us of us," said the Monkey King, bowing before the little female. "What do you wish?" "I want you to fly me to Kansas," stated Dorothy, but the Monkey King shook his head. "That cannot be finished," he said. "We belong to this United States of America on my own and cannot leave it. There's been by no means been a winged monkey in Kansas, but, and I assume there never may be, for they do not belong there. We shall be glad to serve you in any manner in our electricity, but we can't cross the wilderness. Goodbye." And with every other bow, the Monkey King spread his wings and flew away via the window, observed by means of all his band. Dorothy had changed into equipped to cry with disappointment. "I even have wasted the appeal of the golden cap to no reason," she said, "for the winged monkeys can't assist me." "It is in reality too terrible," stated the gentle-hearted Woodman. The Scarecrow became thinking once more, and his head bulged out so horribly that Dorothy feared it would burst. "Let us name within the soldier within the green whiskers," he said, "and ask his advice." So the soldier was summoned and entered the throne room timidly, for whilst Oz became alive, he never became allowed to come farther than the door. "This little woman," stated the Scarecrow to the soldier, "needs to pass the wilderness. How can she achieve this?" "I cannot tell," answered the soldier, "for no person has ever crossed the wasteland until it's Far Oz himself." "Is there no person who can assist me?" requested Dorothy earnestly. "Glinda would possibly," he counselled. "Who is Glinda?" inquired the Scarecrow. "The Witch of the South. She is the maximum powerful of all the witches, and guidelines over the Quadlings. Besides, her fort stands on the threshold of the wilderness, so she may also recognise a manner to move it." "Glinda is a good witch, is not she?" asked the child. "The Quadlings suppose she is ideal," stated the soldier, "and she is kind to all people. I've even heard that Glinda is a lovely young woman who knows how to maintain young in spite of the numerous years she has lived." "How can I get to her citadel?" requested Dorothy. "The avenue is instantly to the south," he responded, "but it is stated to be complete of risk to vacationers. There are wild beasts within the woods, and a race of queer guys who do not like strangers to their US. For this reason, not one of the Quadlings ever come to the Emerald City." The soldier then left them, and the Scarecrow said, "It seems, notwithstanding dangers, that the excellent aspect Dorothy can do is to journey to the land of the south, and ask Glinda to help her. For, of path, if Dorothy remains here, she will by no means get lower back to Kansas." "You need to have been thinking once more," remarked the Tin Woodman. "I even have," stated the Scarecrow. "I shall go along with Dorothy," declared the Lion, "for I am tired of your metropolis and long for the woods and the USA. Again, I am sincerely a wild beast to recognise, besides Dorothy will want a person to shield her." "That is proper," agreed the Woodman. "My axe may be of carrier to her, so I also will go along with her to the land of the south." "When let's start?" asked the Scarecrow. "Are you going?" they requested in surprise. "Certainly. If it wasn't for Dorothy, I should by no means have had brains. She lifted me from the pole within the cornfield and taken me to the Emerald City. So my accurate good fortune is all because of her, and I shall never go away her until she begins again to Kansas, for exact and all." "Thank you," said Dorothy gratefully. "You are all very kind to me, but I need to start as soon as possible." "We shall move day after today morning," backed the Scarecrow. "So now, allow us to all get prepared, for it will be an extended adventure."